Hello, welcome back to the channel. And here we are, part 2 of repairing my ZX6R after my little accident a few weeks ago. So just a quick recap what I need to do. Right, okay, so we've got damage to the screen, front fairing there, indicator to replace. We've got all this fairing here to fix up. New crash peg there, I'll have to bend that down. We've got a bracket there for the foot peg. We've got the brake lever needs doing. Exhaust is damaged, but I just have to cope with that. Subframe bent. See, it's sort of shifted that way a little bit. That's cracked there, so I'll repair that. That is pretty much it. So I have these parts here, new subframe, brake pedal, foot peg bracket, mirror, and new indicator there. So first job is to get the subframe replaced, and then we know for sure that it's not the frame that's bent. So we'll get that started now. Yeah, let's see how we get on with that. Well, that was it. Someone did ask about this subframe and how it was, or the under tray, sorry, how I did the under tray. So I'll do more on that as I take it apart, but basically I bought this under tray a long time ago, and then this was, I think it's called a light clip, this bit here, and I managed to bond that onto it, fill it, sand it, smooth it and spray it so you can't see the join. Makes it look like it's all one piece. It wasn't a perfect fit at the time. I just had to adjust it around the edges here, but I'll come on to that later as I take it apart. But yeah, it looks well with it on anyway. But yeah, let's get on with taking all this seat unit off and see if we can get the subframe off and the new one put on. Oh, first off, take the seats off. I don't know how complex this is going to be. We'll soon find out. So that's come off easy enough. These are just bolt in the top and a little bolt and a bracket under there, 12mm in there. There we go, just like that. This now, so pull it off. What's all going on? Oh, I've got indicators. I have to disconnect them. What else have we got? Oh yeah, the under tray, of course. I'll need to undo that. It's already broke out anyway. There's the under tray. See what I've joined it, this light clip on at the back here to make it all appear as one. What other adjustments did I do? Oh, I think it didn't quite fit here. I had to put a bit of body filler in that side. Just there, but yeah, everywhere else it was perfect. So in terms of the tail tidy, connected to the under tray, so that obviously didn't come with it. I think these are the second lot of indicators I've had, but the original indicators came with this metal bracket. It's as simple as that really. Metal bracket, 2 LED indicators on either side, and that's just bolted through into there like that. Now I had to put this on here because the old light unit, before I put the under tray on, has this clear bit at the bottom, so when your lights are on at night, shine red through there, they shine white through there and light the number plate up. I didn't want to cut a slit in there, so I put this on. It's only a little bulb, but that just gives it enough light on the registration plate. And then that is the reflector for the MOT. But yeah, simple as that. We'll go through the back of there and soldered on the resistors there, the resistors for the LED indicators. Simple as that. But yeah, it just makes it look a bit tidier. When the registration plate's on, obviously it looks a lot neater. Well, there you go. Alrighty, so this is what we're left with. So that is the rest of the black plastic. This is where I cut away to fit my under tray. So I had to cut there. I used a Dremel, like a Dremel multi-tool. So I cut away that part of the inner bit there, and then underneath here. And really it was just a case of cutting a bit away at a time and then just keep trying to see if it'll fit until it did, you know, rather than cutting too much away. It's not the neatest job, but you don't see it. And then across the backlight unit, took it away about that high there. But yeah, you managed to keep all your fixing points in place anyway. Just cut along here from about there, that's where the cut starts, all the way up to the back there. So I've kept this on to hold the backlights in place, just roughly to level with that. Same down there, it's about the same place there. And then I've cut the inside out as well. That's because, see there like that, because of that. Okay. So what else have we got? Well, this, unscrew that from there. I'm wondering if I can get this out, this frame, without having to take all this out. I'm now thinking I can. I didn't think I could before. A couple of bolts there and same on the other side. might be easier than I thought this. But yeah, you can definitely see how it's bent. Can't you? More that way. Right, okay, let's carry on with this. Yeah, so I'll take them two off. Them bolts there and there. These two on each side. Them two there. This for the whatever that is. Didn't even know I had that electrical thing. That off there. And I'm thinking then it'll just slide off. Right, okay. Whew. So inside that rubber was like a rounded nut. So I really had to grip it hard with my plumber's wrench just to get that undone. But I don't know if that's right. Is there a better way of doing it? I don't know. But anyway, it's off. One side, one other side to go. What's this one here? Size 6 hex socket is. Ooh, I'm going to chew it up there. Okay. Ooh, right, so it's off. I'll show you then in a second. It is bent. I didn't think it was bent at first, but I'm pretty sure it is bent. So this is what we're left with. It was easy in the end. A bit daunting at first. I thought that all this electrics would be coming out, but yeah, no, it came off pretty well in the end. So this is, like I say, I'm pretty sure it's bent. The which one's which? The bottom one. Yeah, the bottom one is the one I've took off. It just doesn't line up with the top one at all. So yeah, must be bent. Okay. I don't know if it could have been bent back to shape or not. I don't know. Probably, maybe it could have been. But yeah, actually, if you look over the top of there, that is sort of roughly lined up with that, or just a bit over. This side is way off. And then we look at the one I've just bought. That lines up with that. That lines up with that. So, I wish I'd have brought some spray paint now. I'll give it a clean up anyway, see if it does need spraying up. If it does, I'll have to get some spray and give it a good coating. But yeah, chuff with that. So I'll just give this a good scrubbing over with that and that, and a bit of a wipe with some thinners, just in the places where, well, the front bit's here anyway, but I think it's going to be on show. Got rid of all that flaky paint. So I'll give it a good coat of primer now. And I have to order some frame spray. Right, so I've just sprayed up or give it primer on the bits that are going to be showing at the front there. And I've had to order a can of the correct spray. So when that comes, I'll finish that off and then that can go on. But yeah, it's looking a lot better now, isn't it? Yeah, not a bad job. Next, I think I'll wait for all that to start doing the other stuff. I need to bend this down now. This, I wonder why it bent. Apparently, they're designed to bend. RG, there you go, the RG crash protection. They're designed to bend, so protects the frame or whatever. But now I need to bend that back down somehow. Probably knock it with a lump hammer, get it straight, and then I can get it off. That's bent out there. I'm wondering if that's because that's pushing it in. And when I've released the pressure, hopefully that'll go back in. If not, I'll have to heat it up and get it back. But yeah, I'll get that off. I can get my foot peg back on. Yeah, give that a whirl. Right, I've knocked it straight as I dare without, because that was bent around. I don't want to start bending that too far back the other way. I don't think it's done any damage in there. Found now that the fairing is a little bit cracked there, so I can fix that, no problem. It has gone in a little bit more there, but I can heat that up to get it right. All this will need filling. That in there. Yeah, I think I can save this, unless I see one on eBay really cheap. I've not seen anything at the moment, but unless I see anything really cheap, I may as well fix it up. I'm thinking to get to there, might have to cut this off now to get to the bolt. So I'll do that now. Alright, so that's off. Just left with the bolt through there, holding the engine to the frame. So that's still got a bend on it. I don't fancy bending it back and reusing it because, well, for one, I might snap it, but for two, it's bent anyway, isn't it? So it's weakened. So when I get the new one, I'll wind that off, put the new one on, then I'll just leave that for now. But yeah, that was tricky. That was really hard to bend back and cut off. But yeah, we're getting there. Next, then, I think I'll replace this bracket here. Get that put back on. So I'll take it off there. Seems to be something else up here that I need to disconnect as well. But yeah, let's see how we get on with that. brake pedal on. Like that. There underneath. Let's put that out like that. Okay, so I can only guess, I have to double check this, but I think that goes through there, and onto there. That's the spring for the foot pedal. That from right, that went through there, didn't it? And then we'll attach, I don't know, attached to the cylinder? Perhaps. Right, okay. Yeah, so, yeah, it does. That goes on there. That pin. So that goes through there. And then on the back of there, I can stick the split pin through that. Tiny little hole. Oh, didn't snap it, so that's good. Right, that'll go on there, won't it? Like that. That on the back of the champion. Where does that connect to? Interesting. That's for the brake switch. Does that go on there? I think it does. So I've put that on there. That little spring on there, I think. I'll double check that that's right, but seems to be. If it was broke, I couldn't really see before I took it off. Right, so I'll connect the bracket to the bike first, and then I can connect the brake cylinder to the bracket. Later. These into there. What's that going on? Hold on, one of these. I assume they were sort. Right, okay. I think that's it. Looks about right. The brake pedal there. Operating the cylinder, pulling down on the switch for the brake light, that goes up out of the way. Okay, I think that's right. I'll give it a check anyway in a minute, but yeah, okay, one more thing done. So for the scratches on this exhaust, so that's carbon fibre, but some sort of coating, whether it's sprayed or whatever, I'm not sure, but something on it that's scratched. Now, wondering if with a bit of wet and dry, whether I can try and get them scratches out. I'll give it a whirl anyway. So far so good. It's not looking too bad. Seems to be working. Yeah, oh, that's good. I know it's wet at the moment, but it does look a lot better. So that is the end result. A lot better. Still see one or two faint scratches. They were the deeper ones, but a lot better that. P600 wet and dry I used, and then it didn't dull it down too much, but went over it with a bit of G3 scratch remover just to shine it up again, and down here managed to get as much of that out as I could with this metal polish, and there as well. It's still quite scratched, but not as noticeable. But yeah, that's looking a hell of a lot better. Pleased with that. Just need to do that still. But yeah, good job. Oh, not a lot I can do with that though, is there? Better if I take it off. There we go. Excellent. How many of you noticed that missing? Alright, so I'll put that back on now. Okay, so there we go. Heel guard is back on. I also swapped them two bolts with them two bolts. I'd put the longest bolts in there originally, but they went through far too long. And when I looked on the other side, they didn't poke through at all. So I've swapped them over. So the longest bolts are now there. Shorter two bolts are there. I've checked the brake. The brake works as well. It locks up the back wheel, so that's fine. I don't know about the brake light because I've still got that off. I'm waiting for a can of spray now to arrive, so I can spray up the subframe to match the main frame, and that'll go on. That'll be that bit done. Exhaust, as I just did not too long ago. A lot better. Most of the scratches are gone. Still got this little bit to do here. I can grind that, file it or whatever, but yeah, I'll get that sorted. I have emailed R&G to see if they will sell me just a crash bung for this one side. See what they come back with on Monday morning. Yeah, so far so good. It's coming on pretty well. Got to get the front fairing off, I think, as well next. Replace the indicator and fix this damage here. But yeah, pretty pleased up to now. Right, so we're about 2 weeks on now from that last clip. Issue being paint for the subframe. The paint I ordered was the wrong shade, and that was down to the paint supplier. It was on their website, but they were very good to swap it anyway, so got the right colour in the end, and that is the new subframe. I've sprayed up the front bit here. I didn't bother with the back bit. I sprayed the front bit because that's the bit that's going to be on show, and yeah, it looks absolutely brand spanking new. And also, I thought while I was at it, I've stripped down the rear foot pegs, both sides, resprayed them as well because they were in bad condition, cleaned them up. Yeah, they're as good as new again now. So I've just got a little clip, I think. If I have, I'll put that on now, showing rebuilding these. I don't think I did one with me spraying them, but I think I did. I've got one, I'm pretty sure, of rebuilding them. So I'll put that on now. You can see how easy that was, really. So this little plate that goes at the bottom, which I can only think is for purpose of the ball bearing, which clicks it into place. I'm just going to put a bit of grease on any surfaces, top and bottom of the foot peg. That's the ball bearing there, and there's a little spring in there as well. Let's put a little bit of grease on that plate, and then it's a bit tricky to get it together, but holding that ball bearing in, I managed to just click it into place. And then through the top goes the pin. Again, a bit more grease on that. Took a bit of getting in, a bit of jiggling and what have you, opening and closing the foot peg, but managed to get it through. And then there's a little, like a split washer that clips on the bottom, or a C-clip I think it might be called, or a third clip. That just clicks on there. I can't believe I used metal screwdriver there. Luckily I didn't scratch any of the new paint. But yeah, that's it, done. Quite straightforward. They look as good as new now. So I think what I'm going to do now then is start rebuilding the subframe on the back of the bike there. Should be straightforward enough to get back on. And then yeah, the back end will be complete. Yeah, so just before I stick this back on, the paint from these, that's the one you want for the subframe, silver 30. On their website it showed silver 35, which was pretty dark. I've got a picture again, I'll put it up to show the difference, but yes, for the subframe and the frame, foot pegs, etc., it's silver 30. Right, so there we go, subframe is pretty much on. Lines up well. So no further damage to the main frame, it would appear, which is good. Can't quite remember, I have to recheck the videos on cable routing, etc. Pretty sure that came out of there. I'll just go up the back to the lights. This side, electrical thingy, the jig there, and then just come up there, I'm assuming. Yeah, those that were a pain to get off with them sort of weird rubber seals over the rounded nut. It must be for weather protection. I'm just going to put some normal bolts on the end. Sorry, nuts on the end of the bolt, because that underneath there now is shielded by that under tray, so they're not going to get any weather on them. But yeah, the finish, I'm really pleased with the finish on that. The colour match, close enough. Yeah, really good. It looks brand new actually, and due to my amateur painting skills, I've actually managed to get a nice matte finish with gloss lacquer, so yeah, that's a bonus. But yeah, right, so I'll try and get this rear end done now and put back together, see how it looks. Okay, so the seat fairing and all brackets on now. Just need to get the under tray on. I've just sprayed the end bit up there where paint had chipped off, so let that dry. These foot pegs are now on. I think you can see it on the camera or not, but paint finish isn't perfect. It's obviously in the prep where you can see a bit of the old paint underneath, but hey, 100 times better than it was. And they look brand new now, don't they? Yeah, really pleased with how that's come out. Same on this side, that foot peg. A little bit of the old paint you can see underneath it, but I'm being fussy. It's a foot peg at the end of the day. The other one was badly chipped, so yeah, no, that's great, that is. Yeah, they move nice and freely. What else? Yeah, so that's on. They're on nice and solid. It all lines up great. Yeah, so wait for that to dry, that under tray. Get that on, and then yeah, it's onto the front end then. So brilliant, coming on nice. Right, so ready to get the under tray back on. I've had to repair. Oh, can you see it? I had to repair that hole there that had all been smashed out. So I've melted a washer into the plastic. I didn't do a video because it was one of them where it's like, let's try it and see if it works. But anyway, it worked. Melted a washer into the plastic, filled over it, put some plastic on it, etc., and sprayed it, and I'm quite pleased actually. Looks pretty good. So it should do the job. So we'll get the under tray on now, and then that's the back end complete. Okay. Right, so this is fiberglass. These are broke as well, where the screw fixings were. There's nothing really to fix into anymore. So I've bonded on some bits of plastic onto the back and piloted some holes there to take the fixing. So hopefully that'll do the trick. I've left this piece unfixed just so I've got plenty of movement. I'll try to get it all on. Right, so there it is, under tray, all on, clips on under there, everything lines up nicely. Down there, that repair looks good. She's that side. I'll probably put a little bit of purple or black paint on them screws there just to so they hide and blend in. But yeah, everything's good, it's all lined up nicely. Just need to finish fixing it on. And the back end will be done. Oh, there we go, back end done. Everything looking nice. Everything lines up perfectly. Look at that, yeah, nice. Maybe a slightly bigger gap on the left hand side, but at the end of the world. I can always adjust it if need be. But yeah, nice, and that repair's held out on there. Looks as good as the rest of it. Brilliant. So, left the pillion seat off just to show the inside. So the guy who wanted to know about cutting the under tray out, you can see I just did it when I did it. A bit at a time until I got it right, so there's no gaps around the edges. It's a perfect fit, really. But it's just doing a bit at a time until you get it right. Ended up with a gap here because this was a different, I think there was a few compartments in here, so I just welded that piece into there, or plastic welded it in and stuck the relay on there. Don't know what the relay does, but it's something anyway. But yeah, that's how it looks. So nice. So we'll start taking the front apart. Get this screen out. I've been looking for the old screen that I said I had, the original one. I can't find it anywhere, so I'm going to have to buy another screen. I've got a clue where that could possibly be. Probably have sold it or binned it. But yeah, let's get this off. Repair this crack up there. Get the new indicator on. Yeah, off there. So the damage we've got, it previously repaired from when I dropped it many years ago. So that needs fixing again. I'll do a proper job this time with the plastic welding tool and them hot staples. And the light's scratched. How on earth that got scratched, I'll never know. And there. So I'll see if we can polish the light up, and then the indicator ground down to a stump. There's the wires. So that's easy enough to get off. Getting it back on is a different matter, but I've got a trick for that from when I did that one. So yeah, I'll show you how to get these indicators back on, because yeah, you think they're impossible. Right, let's get that off and have a look. We can get the other one back on. Right, show another look at this now. I'm gonna have to take all the gubbins out from inside to get to behind where the indicator mounts in there. So I'll just do that now. There's two screws here, and I think all that should slide out as one. I'll just give that a whirl. Right, got the things out. Just about to get a screwdriver through that hole now. Should be able to undo that. it on that way. I'll try and cut away at this because it's... There we go. That's out. Get the other one. So this comes just the indicator and lead. There's no plug on the end, but it's got the cable, so I'll have to take them out of that plug and push them into the existing one. There's no metal brackets with it, so we need to reuse them two there. Okay, right, so this is really firm rubber, and like you saw with then having to cut it out, you're not going to be able to get that in very easy at all. So what I've done previously is to drop this in a bowl of very hot water. It's nice and soft and it just slots in. So I'm going to warm some water up now and then we'll do that. Right, so just warm that up. Really soft now, so it should go in pretty easy and quick enough. Can always reheat it if it cools down too much. It's got to be a bit deformed. But it's in that. And this inner bracket goes in inside there. Sort of spreads out that rubber so that it stays in place. Right, the camera's in the way, so I'm gonna do this now without the camera. I'll come back in a sec. Right, that's on now. Takes a bit of persuading. Let's help from this terminal driver, just to help squeeze it in. And then this bracket here goes over the top of there that way and helps keep it in. She's there, so disconnect that. Indicators on. I just need to get a plug to go in there. I tried to separate the wires out of the existing plug. Disaster. I mean, didn't know how to do it, but yeah, no good. So I've got a new plug coming to connect that into, and this is the repair here that we need to do. So what I'm going to do, it's cracked, super glue it, I think, just to get a good hold on it, sand it down, and then put some of them plastic welded staples into the back, sand it down, put some plastic filler in, respray it, and it should be good. Right, so glued them back in place with super glue and set it with that. Makes it instantly set. But yeah, that's solid that now, but I'll do them plastic staples along the back end of that crack, make it a proper fix. Here, right, so I've got these little, I don't know what they're called, but you heat them up with this heat thing and push it in, and that repairs, keeps the crack together. So I'll put plenty of these in along this crack line here. Let's see how we get on with this. And careful, I don't push it all the way through as well. First one on, that one's alright. So this welding tool I got from Amazon came with bags of staples, all different shapes and sizes, and a load of plastic rods as well for melting into the plastic. It seems to work really well, nice and easy. Just got to be careful that I don't push them all the way through. Seems to have done a nice job of that. Okay, so they're all on, all the way up there. Don't know, do you think that's overkill? Probably not, don't know. Enough anyway. That'll be fine. Just not come all the way through on this side either, so that's fine. So I'll snip all these bits off, snip all them off, neaten it up, and then sand and fill the front. Right, so there we go, sanded all the outside down, got rid of any ridges, etc. It's nice and smooth now, and I will now put some filler on and sand it perfect. Right, so that's all sanded down now, nice and smooth, got rid of any ridges, imperfections, etc. So yeah, it's looking alright. I'll now get some of this filler in, got some of this stuff here, and see how that looks. Filler's on, not the neatest job, but I'll let that harden, give it a sand down, it should be a nice finish then, ready for painting. Right, so there it is, all prepped for paint. Feels smooth enough, can't feel any ridges or anywhere that don't feel right. It feels nice, that. So I'll cover everything up now, leave that bit exposed and put some primer on. See what it looks like. Right, so just give it 2 coats of primer. Seems to be okay. There's a tiny little bit there and there that still needs a little bit of work. A little bit of sanding and maybe a tiny bit of filling, but yeah, the rest of it looks good. Nice lines. Should finish nicely that with this final colour. So I'll let that dry and see how it is. Okay, so let's give it its final coat of colour. Let that dry now. 3 coats it's had. Not looking too bad really. Can't see the damage anyway, so that's a good thing. Just a little thing there. I could see that after the primer though, so it's just something I've not sanded down properly, but might give it a little bit of a going over before I put the lacquer on, or I might leave it, save messing up, doesn't it? But yeah, no, pleased with that. That's great. Right, I'm going to leave it at that for this video. Just put some footage on the computer and there's loads of it, well over an hour, so I think that's long enough, but I'll show you where we're at anyway. So the front end is back on. Repair is looking pretty good there, in the garage anyway. Don't look like outside, but yeah, happy with that. Got the new indicators on, replacement mirrors on. Need to fix this up, but still ride it without it. Oh, screen's coming, a new screen is coming. R&G have come good with the crash protection for this side. They can supply just that, they're going to give me a quote. Footpeg bracket, that was replaced. Brake pedal, exhaust, scratches removed, subframe replaced, footpegs sprayed up, and all the under tray repaired. So yeah, it's looking good. So yeah, next video, let's get these scratches out of the lights. Screen will be on, maybe repair that, maybe not, I don't know. Crash protection will be on, and try and get that dent out of the tank, and then it'll be all done, won't it? So yeah, really pleased with progress on that. Yeah, excellent. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, drop a comment down below, and thanks for watching.